Hi camera, it's Friday. That makes it Film My Life Friday, the Friday in which I film my life. Or at least it usually would. But I'm at the beach right now, and I don't really have access to internet. This is a pre-recorded video, so obviously I'm not going to be able to do a Film My Life Friday for it. That being said, I'm still going to do a video today. I'm going to do what I'm calling 10-minute talkie time, in which I set a timer for 10 minutes and talk about a topic for that time, and just say as much intelligent stuff as I can, and then edit together whatever I say into a video. Today's topic is how to not be a creepy sexist asshole. So, that's today's topic, and I'm going to give you some advice on how not to be a creepy sexist asshole. So keep watching if you want advice on how not to be a creepy sexist asshole. And if someone shared this video to your wall, assume it's because they think you need this advice. So, here we go. Okay, now that the timer's going, I'm going to start by acknowledging the fact that I'm going to mostly be talking about men treating women in creepy, sexist, asshole-ish ways, because the vast majority of creepiness in the world that happens is that combination of genders. Not always. I acknowledge that it's not always, and maybe in a future video I'll talk about ways other combinations of genders treat each other, but this video is not that video. This video is mostly guys on girls, cause that's the most common form. Catcalling! Don't ever catcall. Don't ever catcall. It's that simple. Never. Don't ever do it. If you see other guys doing it, you call them out on it, and you get them to stop, and if possible, apologize. It's never acceptable. Never acceptable. It's a horrible, disrespectful activity. I absolutely despise it. Don't ever do it. It's not that complicated. Here, sometimes you can assume women are not flirting with you. Just assume they're not flirting with you. If they're at work, they are, especially if they are working in some kind of service industry, like in a restaurant or in retail, they're not flirting with you. They're being polite because a large portion of their income is tips. And customer service is very important in a lot of these restaurants. They're being nice to you because it's part of their job. They are not flirting with you just because they smile and laugh at your joke. They're being polite. They're being nice. Some of them are just polite people. And you know what? Assuming they're flirting with you because of that is such a dick move. So don't do it. Likewise, if they were in the middle of something, like say they were reading or listening to music, especially if you're on public transport, because really, you've never seen a good love story start on public transport. That's because people don't want to flirt on public transport generally. If they were in the middle of something and you interrupted them, it's a pretty safe assumption they're not flirting with you. They probably want to get back to whatever they were doing, but they don't know how to tell you to buzz off because they're nicer than that. Apparently you have no problem being that rude to people, though, since you did. If you're flirting with someone, and even if you think it's going really well, and they tell you to go away, just go away. They don't owe you an explanation, just go away. Likewise, if they're clearly uncomfortable, and you can see that they're uncomfortable, just leave them alone. Go away. It's not that complicated. As a general rule, people don't owe you things. Likewise, on that point, a person can never owe another person's sex. For example, if you think you are in this mythical friend zone where you've been very nice to this girl for a very long time, you were her shoulder to cry on when she needed you, when some asshole broke her heart. You're not like those other assholes. You're a nice guy. And you get pissed at her when she rejects you. It's because she genuinely thought she was your friend. She genuinely thought you cared about her. She genuinely thought you weren't just treating her like some kind of sex machine, that you had to put enough niceness coins in to get the sex you wanted, and the love that you were clearly not deserving of if that's all you think women are for. Keep consent in mind. Just as a general basis for everything you do, keep consent in mind. For example, don't touch people without their permission. Just don't do it. Don't touch someone, especially if they tell you don't touch them. And you do? Asshole! Don't do it. Don't touch people that tell you not to. And don't touch anyone if you don't have their permission. Consent means an informed yes. An informed, in the right mind, sober, enthusiastic, of age yes. It has to be all those things to be really consent. And if you ever see someone trying to take advantage of someone, especially when they are drunk, or in an emotionally distraught place, or in some other form where their judgment may be compromised. If you see someone taking advantage of that kind of thing, put a stop to it. Make sure that doesn't happen. Because you know what, if you get someone drunk and you have sex with that person, that's not really sex, that's rape or sexual assault, and that is illegal. This one's specifically for the girls, because it's not all about the guys. Come on, let's be real. This is a thing girls do that makes them creepy, sexist assholes. Mainly sexist and assholes, but it could be creepy. When you talk about other girls, when you're trying to explain yourself, don't say the phrase, "I'm not like other girls," in a way that makes it sound like being one of those other girls is a bad thing. Being a girl is not a bad thing. Being into feminine stuff is not a bad thing. And when you treat it like that, you're hurting your whole gender. Why would you do that? How much time do I have? 4 minutes. Okay. Be mindful of a thing called benevolent sexism. This is when you do something that is perceived as a nice activity, but is done because you assume that women are somehow inherently weaker or dainty and need to be protected. This is not to say you have to stop being polite to women. Please don't ever stop being polite to people. There are not enough polite people in this world. I'm saying this because you need to make sure that while you're being polite to women, you're still treating them like people and not like objects. If your guy friends say something sexist or harmful or otherwise problematic, call them out on it. Tell them, no, you're not right on this one. No, I don't feel you on this one. No, you're wrong and you're an asshole. Also check yourself. Make sure the language you're using when talking about girls or women is not harmful or dehumanizing. They are not bitches, chicks, heifers, cows. They are women. They are girls. They are people. How much time do I have now? 22 seconds. Okay, my final advice. Consent. Just always as a general rule. People can never owe you sex or love. That's not how sex and love work. They're not owed. Respect people. Make sure you treat women like people. That's my summary. And 2, 1. And, yep, time is up. This has been 10-minute talkie time. Since this video was kind of serious, you will find some adorable fluff fanfiction in the description that you can read that will make you nice and happy and take your mind off of this. Thank you. That is all. I'll talk to you soon, but actually I won't because this is a pre-recorded video. Goodbye.